first time I'm doing it like this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. I'll probably be backwards and forwards, messing things up. The second camera I'm using to film this camera here is only got like half hour it can record on, which is quite annoying. But anyway, last night I drew a skull and crossbones. I'm going to draw the same thing today because that was quite fun. Now I've got the same reference I used last night, the skull and the crossbones that I used last night to do that piece. So now we'll start with the same reference as I used last night, but now I'm going to draw it again, and I'm going to draw it with the top down. You're going to see everything I do, so it'll be a bit easier for you to understand what the flipping shit is going on. But yeah, so anyway, here's my page setup. So I've got the app, which is called VizRef, looks like that. And basically this app is a reference thing. So you can import images into this, and then what I do is I have Procreate on the side, and I split it and then have these two there, instead of having the little pop-up screen that you'd usually have whilst you're doing, whilst you're using Procreate, the little reference thing, because I can have a few more in here. Plus on this, you can like flip them if you need to and change them color or black or gray. And then I've got my page, which is a normal A4. Dimensions, yeah, normal A4, 300 DPI today because we're sketching. And I'm gonna nick from the one I did yesterday. I'm gonna nick the paper texture I was using, so 3-finger swipe. I copy that, I put that in this one, and yeah, there we go. And then I'll lock that. I like having a paper texture. I just think it just looks nice when you're trying to draw anything, and even afterwards when you're posting it online, it's just cool to have a paper texture. So I'm gonna make it symmetrical. It's drawing guide, symmetry, down the middle, blah, 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 and there we go. So that's my page setup. And yeah, now I'll start some drawing. Okay, so I am gonna not use the eagle hawk today. I am recently been trying to just up my sketch, maybe lower the opacity of it, and just be slow, quite a bit more methodical. I'm just gonna zoom in a bit with how I draw this stuff, because I think with the eagle hawk, and it is a great pencil to use whilst you're sketching, I just find myself like getting a bit lost in the shapes sometimes. So I've been trying to slow down a bit and just draw things just straight with the pencil, and kind of working up on the darkness of it. See, if you were getting on with the eagle hawk, just use the eagle hawk, man. It's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Eagle hawk's a great pencil. So yeah, I'm just building up a shape now. I've got my headphones in today because I thought I'd listen to some music whilst I'm doing this. I'm actually listening to the Elden Ring soundtrack. Oh man, we're getting a mood, right? Why has it cancelled my tracking? Oh no, it disappeared. There we go. I'm just gonna have it down low. It just sounds like there's music on in the background. But obviously I can't have music playing because I'm recording my voice. But I hate, when I'm recording these videos, I fucking hate the silence. It is horrible having no sound in the background. Oh, a little bit of music just makes things a bit nicer, you know? And plus I'm trying to like complete this game in a moment because I'm not a gamer. I'm just gonna put it out there. I am not a big gamer, but the way games look sometimes, the way they're drawn and designed, and the world and the lore, it's one of my favorite things. That and films, a good film or a TV series. I'm not really fussed if it's a TV series or a film. So yeah, it's just it's nice to have the music that I envisioned for this stuff just playing in the background while you're trying to draw. Just gets me in the mood a little bit more. And I'm just building up a shape at the moment. I don't want to make it too complex. I'll keep it quite small as well. So you'll see me staring at the camera now and again. I just want to make sure it's recording. I'd hate to think it just stopped recording all of a sudden. And it probably will, and I won't notice. And then I'll have to let it charge and then come back. Let's see, a bit more. Get the liquify out, just bring this down a bit. So I think, yeah, this skull, I actually did this skull in ZBrush. I didn't make the skull, I found it, and then I posed it and rendered it through ZBrush to use on this, because I thought it would be a bit better than just scouring the internet for hours trying to find a skull that works. I thought this would be a bit better. I also got that skull pack that you can buy on my store. I've just taken fuckload of images of skulls of a really good replica skull we got at the shop, and I've yeah, just taken loads of images of it and put it up for sale. So if you want some good reference for a skull, go on there, grab that pack. That'll help the channel out a bit as well. Alright, then bring that in there a bit more. Cool. Yeah, man, I'm really trying to like just be a bit more free with my sketches and just, so I feel like sometimes I was getting really soaked up in the how it must look as opposed to what would be, what it's just ending up as you're drawing. Because as you're drawing, you're building up a shape, your own shape, you know. Right, I might turn this off for the bones, just to do a rough sketch of the bones. So we want, I'm not gonna make things too anatomically correct. Is that right? Anatomically correct. Yeah. Bear in mind, this is some quick sketch. Last night I was doing this for hours. I like them to be a little bit off. Yeah, one a little bit bigger than the other. Snapped up a bit. Now I'm thinking about it, what a waste of time. I should have just drawn something new for this video. Then I'd have a new bit of flash. Oh well, fuck it. Oh, it's cool. Feels like the music's playing in the video while I'm recording it. I think you can forgive yourself a bit with bones, unless someone's like a, what do they call someone who, like a surgeon who works with bones? What do they call them? What's a bone surgeon called? I can't remember. What the fuck a bone surgeon's called? Yeah, so one of them bone surgeons. Unless they're looking at your work, no one's going to correct you if the bone's a little bit wrong. I mean, it's just make it look kind of right, you know? You know, recently it's been really cool. I've watching this videos of this guy who wrote a paper on, I think I might mention this in the last video, crypto-terrestrials, and it just sparked my imagination about how some of this stuff could have been like. I say this stuff, this is skull and crossbones, but like, I think part of it was like, could dinosaurs have been intelligent? I was like, what? Could dinosaurs have been intelligent? Could they, because they were around for so long, they were around like 300 million years or something, because they were around for so long, there's all chance that they evolved to be intelligent. And as much as I can't remember the exact details, we wouldn't be able to tell if their brains were developed enough to like think logically and have intelligence in the same way that we do. So I found that quite interesting. Oh, I'm gonna kind of neaten it up a little bit now. I'm gonna add some normal details. Anyway, yeah, so I found that quite interesting. I thought, like, how cool is that? Imagine that imagine they did evolve. And imagine they, for a second, just imagine that they found a way to leave the planet. Or maybe they didn't, maybe they got intelligent, but they progressed in a different path that we did. Maybe they didn't get electricity. Maybe leaving the planet was like, in their mind, just a non-starter, because they didn't think that was possible. They didn't discover the things that we've discovered so far. Maybe they discovered other things, you know. But it's just crazy to think that, you know, there's that possibility that somewhere along the line, something else arose and become intelligent. Even if it was just for like a couple of 100 years and for some reason they just like killed themselves off or something like that. Just that split second that they become intelligent. They're intelligent enough to kind of dominate this planet. So yeah, man, I don't know. I thought that was really interesting. It wasn't the only thing that was written about in this paper. There was some other stuff as well. But I thought that was fucking cool. That really got me thinking. And I think it stemmed from me looking up, I saw some video, which was kind of cool. It was actually like a Christian YouTube channel explaining how dragons could have been real. You know, they mention so much in like ancient history and myth and lore and the Bible and, you know, like old, I think the book of Enoch from the Bible mentions dragons. So how are dragons been such a prominent piece, a prominent, you know, mythological figure for so long in our history? I find that mad. And it led me to the whole reading about how dinosaurs could possibly have become intelligent. And I think there were some other ones on there as well, like just the gap between humans and the evolution of other animals. When we became Homo sapiens and started walking on 2 feet and gained our own intelligence, the gap in that time from the dinosaurs to then was so big that, you know, there's all possibility something else could have arose and become intelligent. I think, what's it called? The Solarian hypothesis. Hypothesis. That's the one. The Solarian hypothesis. I can't say it properly. Is that, you know, could something have evolved to intelligence, not taken over the world, but had been prominent on this world before we had come about. Pretty sure that's what it's about. All right, let's mix it up. Less symmetry now. I feel like that's 2. It's not long enough. I'm going to select this. I'm going to go to that freeform, and I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'll carry on with it. Maybe it's the teeth that's throwing me off because he hasn't got any teeth. I'm not going to give him teeth either. Yeah, the Solarian hypothesis is that something else was around before us, intelligent species, and it's still, or I don't think this is part of the hypotheses, but it's still here somewhere. Maybe it evolved to live underground and we haven't found it yet, and all this, like, you know, ancient stories of these like unexplainable animals that come and help humans, or, you know, hurt humans. Maybe they're based off something more real. You know, like, I know there's a lot of science to it and I'm probably wrong, but you know, it's, as an art, from an artist's point of view, it's nice to imagine that this stuff, and the small possibility that this stuff was actually real, just makes things more fun. It makes the idea that, you know, there is, this world's got lore. This world's got its own, like, fucking fantasy lore, you know. I think that's quite cool. I like the idea that there's, you know, more to this planet than just us, come here, done this, done that. You know, there's so much more. And there's so much more we don't know. I find that cool as shit. And they're always finding new stuff, new things buried, new stories. You know. I think definitely in my older age, I've been so much more worried. I say older age, I'm only 37, but in my years as to what I'm at now, I've definitely grown up worrying a bit more that I'm not going to get to see that these things have been discovered, you know? So it's nice that a lot of this stuff's coming out now, and that we've got the science to, you know, research this stuff a bit better, because I'm getting to see all these things that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't have got to see 10, 20 years ago because they were my age then. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what I'm enjoying at the moment. I'm enjoying hearing all these stories coming out. These, you know, like the stuff they're finding in the Large Hadron Collider, the new architectural discoveries throughout the world that's been done with like LiDAR scanning and satellite scanning of the under the seabed. They're finding like these weird sunken towns and cities that at one point were myth and now they're not. So I find that madly, crazily fucking cool as shit. Interesting, so interesting. It makes, oh, no, sorry about that. I was getting a call and threw me off. All right, so I'm back. Anyway, so, yeah, it's all good. I can't even remember what I was fucking talking about now. Reptiles in the past? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I think it was about like folk traditions and how the history of all that sort of stuff is really good for artists. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I'm just shading it in a bit now. I know before, usually when I post up these videos, I usually do it's a bit neater and I do the lines, but like I said, I'm trying to be a bit more sketchy with everything now, a little bit more like free and loose with it all. So I can like kind of build up to a shape instead of like have one there finalized straight away. There was something too clean about my designs and it was kind of pissing me off. Like there wasn't enough mess to it, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And yeah, I don't know, sometimes when you're like really particular, when you're trying to get design perfect, it can like lose its character. I feel like sometimes you just gotta be a bit messy, man. Like you just gotta sketch it out, see what comes out. It's like with stuff like this, a lot of the time as well, like when you first start doing it and you start doing the shape, sorry, it looks kind of cartoonish until you start doing bits like this where you like start blackening the eyes in a bit, adding some shadows, building on the form. So I still get it now. Like a lot of time I'll be drawing something and I will get annoyed with it and I'll leave it and I'll come back like, I don't know, a couple of days later and finish it off, and it just doesn't look as bad as I once thought it was. And that's because I've started adding shadows. I started like, you know, messing with the shape a bit more. And I think that's a good thing because the shadows do shape it, even if they're not like actually reshaping it. The shadows you add will give it more life, will give it more character. So yeah, if you're sketching for a tattoo, don't hesitate. Make sure you put in that. Make sure you put in the shadows. Now this is more so like straight away, man. You put that black in there, in the eyes and in the nose and stuff like that, and all of a sudden it looks better. Just do it, man. Just do it. It's mad. Like whilst making this YouTube channel, I was looking back at some of my older work on the channel, and I've learned by doing this because it's forced me to draw faster and on the spot a bit more. So I've actually been learning myself whilst making these videos. I really did not think I'd be doing this. This is nearly 2 years later. I'm still making these videos. I think my first video was definitely colder. It wasn't the end of last year. No, yeah, I think it was nearly 2 years ago now. This is fucking crazy, man. And even now, I still don't know what I want to do with this channel. Like, where am I? I'm not comfortable. And I'm cool with that. I don't mind experimenting, you know, doing some stuff that's not what's expected. I think that's a good thing about having like a smaller channel is at the beginning. I think that's one of the good things about having a channel. One of the bonuses to having a new channel is because, you know, not that many people are like so invested in your content just yet, so you can still experiment. It's only when you start getting to the hell of a lot more that people will start expecting more from you. One thing I'd like to do is start a Discord. I just don't know. I need good reasoning for it. Like what would the Discord be about? Does it? Can someone just tell me in the comments below? Is it? Should I make a Discord basically? And what the fuck do you do in it? How does it work? Like I'm cool to learn how to actually work it, but what's the point? Are we just gonna chat in there? What are we gonna chat about? Is it just to, you know, pass around tips to each other, you know, share brushes, stuff like that? Is that more of what it is, just a big chat room for everyone who watches these videos? If so, then yeah, maybe I'll start it, and I can, like, if I find anything cool, I can just post it in there. Because otherwise it's just gonna go, there's not really anywhere else to post this stuff. Like obviously I've got a Patreon and that, trying to add bonus content for there, but more than anything, that's just a place for people to support me if they feel like it's worth it. You know, go on there, drop me a quid a month. I don't know, just something to support. Talking to Patreon, if you do want to support me, you know where I am at. It's down there, link below. That would be great. Thank you. All right, so that's the skull. What are we doing with the camera? Is it looking good? Yeah, it's still looking good. Right. Nope. Right, so I don't want symmetry on that. I put one of them paper likes on my iPad yesterday. I do usually have them on, but I got really annoyed. I swear I got a dud one. There was like a bluish hue over everything. And yeah, it was just pissing me off, so I ended up ripping it off, throwing it in the bin, and then I put it, they come in packs of 2, so I put the spare one on, and it's been absolutely fine. But now it's brand new out of the box, and it's a bit like sticky to draw on. I definitely prefer it though, than the glass. There's something weird about the glass that just makes it like a nightmare to draw on. Sometimes. It's just, I don't know what it is, it's like it's too tappy. It's too tappy. You know, I want a bit of better. There's no better way to explain it than having a bit more of a bounce to the pen, a bit more of a cushioning to draw into. So if you're not a fan of drawing on glass, I'd get one of these paper lights, 100%. Yeah, just bear it to feel a bit shit for the first couple of days until your elbow grease is seeped into the screen a bit more. Once you've drawn on it for like a week, it's absolutely fine. It's actually a lot better, I think, anyway. Oh man, drawing with music playing in my ears is a fucking game changer. This is sick. I hate drawing in silence. I feel like I'm actually just sitting there having a sketch. Considering taking my dog somewhere nice after for a little walk, because I'm not very nice to her when it comes to walking. It's always just down the park that's like a block away. She's like fast asleep at the moment on the floor over there. She's a good dog, but she is fucking needy. What do you guys listen to when you draw at home? Tell me your secrets. I listen to mostly instrumental stuff. Recently it's been a lot of this Elden Ring soundtrack, like Hans Zimmer. I'm a massive Interstellar fan, and the music from that is just amazing. Even the I can't remember his full name, but is it Ludwig, the guy who Christopher Nolan got to work on Oppenheimer. Even that music from that is amazing. Cool. I think my camera's gonna stop in a minute, so I'll leave it there. Someone asked me why, you know, what I'd do next after this. So what I'd do next, I'm not gonna do it all because I do think it's boring on video, but I would literally opacity down, lock, and then ink it. And I've got a technical pen, is the normal one, and then I've got this one, and I've literally, all I've done is added some, about, there you go, 45% stabilization or 50% or whatever, streamline stabilization. And that's the only edit I've done to it. And it just means that, because I'm just trying to make a good stencil, right? So all the outside lines will be thick, inside lines will be thinner, and then I dot shadows. Or at least I tell people to dot shadows, because it does help you realize when you're tattooing what is and what isn't to be lined. And yeah, and then, so once you've done your rough sketch, if you're drawing it for flash, you could draw it neater, and that is more what this one looked like. This is a neater version, so I'll probably put that up as flash now. And then, yeah, make my line from it. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Thank you guys for watching. That's the first time I've done it like this, so hopefully looks pretty cool. It might not, it might look a bit shit. I apologize if it does. I'm gonna put it up anyway. And yeah, I love you guys. If you want to support, all the links are down below. Otherwise, a little subscribe goes a long way. Please do that. And I'll speak to you soon. Mwah!